What's going on, all you sci-fi movie junkies out there? Phat Samurai Guy is here, and I just got out of the theater of seeing the movie Kin, and yeah, I'm sure you guys can already tell that it needs to marinate. It needs to marinate a little bit, but I'm just going to go out with the rating right now. I'm just going to say it right now. I give it a 3 out of 5. A 3 out of 5. It's definitely not a bad film, but it's not a great film either. It's average. The Baker brothers, who directed this film, I believe they started with the idea. I think the movie is based off of a short they did called The Bag Man, which I haven't seen. I'm curious. Let me know in the comments below if you guys seen that and if it's better than this film, because sometimes these shorts, the idea of the short is actually better than the film that comes out. And a good example of that is Lights Out. Lights Out was entertaining for what it was, horror film. But if you watch the original short, the movie's kind of, the idea of what the movie's based off of, the short was actually creepier. It was actually better. But I don't really know anything about The Bag Man, so let me know in the comments below. But with this film right here, here's the thing. The good news for me, though, is I had zero expectations going in to watch this movie. And I think that was for the better. I think if I expected a lot of action, a lot of excitement, I think I would have been fucking pissed. I think I would have been really pissed off. Fuck this movie. 0 stars, blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure I would have reacted that way. But I went in with zero expectations. I saw a few snippets of the movie trailer on YouTube, and I didn't really know what it was. I was just kind of like, okay, well, it looks interesting. I kind of have an idea of what it's about, kind of, but I'm bored. I'm not doing anything right now, so why not? I'll go ahead and check the movie out. So me going in with zero expectations, I can appreciate what the Baker brothers were trying to do. In some parts of the film, it does feel a little original, and I think that's what the Baker brothers, the vibe, I think that's what they were trying to go for. They were combining the genres of sci-fi action. I don't even know if I want to use that word action, but of science fiction, and kind of a really, majority of the film, it's really kind of a family drama. And, the characters are developed fairly well. Dennis Quaid is the father of the 2 young boys, the older brother that looks like a young Seth Rogen. He's in prison, and then you have the adopted brother, the younger one, and they just lost their mother, and Dennis Quaid is feeling the pressure of being a single parent. The older brother gets out of prison after 6 years, and obviously right off the bat, you can tell him and his dad, they don't have a great relationship. His dad only saw him in the prison for maybe once, just to tell him his mother died out of the 6 years he's been there. So, they don't have a good relationship. So they don't really like each other. The 2 brothers, they're fond of each other. But not, I'm not going to go into any spoilers or anything like that, but something happens, shenanigans, and then you end up with the 2 brothers on their own for a little while. But I'm sure if you saw the trailer, you can see that at some point in the film, the younger brother, the adopted one, finds this gun. Obviously, it looks like it's highly advanced. It looks like it's straight up alien tech we got going here. It looks almost like somebody took an Xbox One and they just merged it together with the the rifle guns from the Aliens films, the pulse rifles, and they just went, there you go. There's your gun for the film. So the aliens arrive, and they're searching for the gun, and every time the little kid uses it, that's how they track him. And, like I said, shenanigans, kind of. But James Franco is in this movie also. And ever since the film Spring Breakers, I've never taken him being as a said gangsta seriously. So he's okay in the film. He's fine. But the older brother was in prison for 6 years, and he was protected on the inside by James Franco's crew. So obviously when he got out, they want some money, so they're after him as well because he owes them about 60 G. So the performance of the young kid was off and on. There was a lot of times where it was very well done. He put on a pretty good performance. I liked that in the film he acted like a kid. He didn't have this ridiculous, over the top, I'm speaking like an adult dialogue that a lot of movies have for some reason with children. Children don't talk this way, okay? Young teens don't talk this way. But he acted fairly like a young kid. So, I mean, that was appreciated. And, okay, here's the thing. The movie's a slow burn. I wasn't bored. But like I said earlier, if you're expecting a nonstop action thrill ride, you're probably going to be very upset. So, but me, I was patient. I always like to give movies a chance. And then, man, I think around maybe close to an hour. Okay, you guys still with me? Maybe close to an hour, the kid finally uses the gun for some reason. I'm not going to tell you what that reason is, but he finally picks up the gun, shoots it for the first time with an hour within the film. An hour goes by. So I don't know how patient you guys are, but I was just kind of like, oh boy, people expecting action, they're not going to like this at all. They're not going to like this at all. But all of the action really is at the very end of the film, and it's standard. It's fine. The movie feels like just when it's about to pick up, it ends. And you're kind of like, oh, well, it's kind of getting good a little bit, but it kind of ends. So I did enjoy the alien tech that was in the film. I did like the gun, and I did like, you get little snippets here and there of the alien tech, and it was kind of cool. At least it was interesting, because everything else, there was really nothing else happening in the film. But the older brother's a piece of shit. Okay, his character is horrible. He's a terrible, terrible character. And at some point, I was fine. Okay, guys, I was fine with the movie. I was totally fine. But then at some point, little minor spoiler here, minor. Okay, it's not going to ruin anything. But a robbery heist sequence happens. And I was just like, okay, what is going on? Like, at this point in the movie with the little kid covering his face, running around with this alien tech gun, I was just kind of like, okay, this is looking ridiculous. This movie's getting ridiculous now. Like, what is happening? I think around that point, the movie started to fall apart. And I think the directors, the brothers, I think they had really good intentions. I think they were trying to create something different and do something different. But it was just executed not really the greatest way. The second half of the film, the movie kind of felt really sloppy. And even the kid's acting was kind of like, oh, I was saying to myself, oh no, because he should be reacting to things a little bit differently. Because like I said, I don't want to give spoilers here, but crazy, insane, or at least one thing happens, okay, in our finale. That's all I'm going to say. That any young kid would probably piss his pants or freak the fuck out. But we have this kid just kind of like, oh, what's up? It's just like, oh, okay, well, all right. All right, well, that happened. It's like, what? Like, come on, let's get some kind of reaction from the batshit craziness that just happened in front of the kid's eyes. Like, what the fuckery happened? And he was just like, I'm good. I'm good. All right, brother. See you later. All right. Oh, hey, Zoe Kravitz. Oh, hey, what's happening? And speaking of pointless characters, Zoe Kravitz, who was fine in the film, she was okay, but really her character was probably one of the most pointless characters in the film. It was really pointless. But yeah, if you're expecting a nonstop action thrill ride and a lot of science fiction alien tech, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed. So, but like I said, it's not a horrible film. It's not bad. You can sit down, you can watch it. I think I would have appreciated this movie a lot more if it was on Netflix and I didn't know anything about it and I just kind of accidentally came across it. I still would have had problems with the film, but I would have maybe appreciated it a little bit more watching it on Netflix and experiencing it that way. So I believe the brothers had a vision. They had an idea. And minor spoiler, it does sequel bait. The film does sequel bait. Now, even though it was the second half of the film, like I said, was sloppy, okay? If the sequel is fucking badass, okay? If they open up the lore and this whole world that the directors are trying to create with this first film, if they open the doors, okay, no pun intended, and it's just exciting, it's crazy, we see all this crazy shit, then I probably will forgive the first film a little bit, and if it becomes a franchise or if the sequel's just badass and that's it doesn't become a trilogy or anything, I probably would buy the first film. I probably would buy Kin for, really cheap, $7.99 Blu-ray or something like that. But like I said, the sequel's really got to impress me. It's really got to go like, holy shit. They started off with this small movie and this really small, tiny idea. And then now it's like, pff, woo. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So yeah. So good intentions, very interesting movie. It is a low budget film, guys. I don't expect like the greatest special effects of all time. But yeah, very, very, very slow pace. Very slow pace. I was fine with it. But if the movie did, had more action in it, I think it would have been a lot more entertaining for the audience. You still could have had the exact same type of character development. The movie could have played out similar, but, you gotta, if you gotta entertain the audience at some point. I don't know if it was due to budget constraints, why they couldn't have more action in the film. But like I said again, it's not a horrible film. It's just not great. It's right there in the middle, and that's why I gave it a 3 out of 5. So, like I said, bad movie title. If you want to watch a better movie with a similar title, I would advise you to check out Next of Kin, which is a more entertaining movie. But if you want a more entertaining movie and get your sci-fi fix and your badassity action sci-fi fix, watch Upgrade. There you go. I know it's not fair to compare Upgrade to this, but, sci-fi movies with action. So we'll see if the sequel does come out and it's awesome. I'll be there. I'll go check it out in the theater and hopefully I will be pleasantly surprised. But yeah, not a horrible film, not a horrible movie. I can't really recommend you guys go see it in theater. Maybe catch it on Redbox or Netflix or Hulu or whatnot. I'd like to thank all you guys for watching. You guys fucking rock. See you guys next time. Peace.